Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. I just dropped the question, where are you guys watching from? What's going on, Jamaica? Love to see it. Running in the Swedish forest. What? I would love to see what that looks like. Oh, I got something in my eye. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Kissimmee, Florida. What's going on? All right, guys. Thank you, Francis. Appreciate the love. Boca Raton. Love it, love it. Ohio's in the building. All right. All right. Ohio, more Ohio. Nashville's in the house. Love it, love it, love it. I'll be in the state of Tennessee this week. For those that were wondering, I will be traveling for a little bit. Israel's in the building. I want to go to Israel. Minneapolis, what's going on? Bay Area. Love it, love it, love it. Houston, Orlando. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, Ronnie. Norway's in the building. Texas, Nashville. Love it. Atlanta, Georgia. We got some Atlanta stuff that we got to talk about as well, because you know the Family Chantel is actually filmed in Atlanta. Hey, everyone. I'm your boy, TheKempire, and this is the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're live on multiple platforms, including Twitch and Twitter at TheKempire. We're live on TikTok behind the scenes. TikTok, thank you guys so much for the gifts. Thank you guys. Inglewood. Hey, Judy. Inglewood's in the building. We're also live on Facebook, TheKempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. Happy Tuesday. As I said to you before, I will be traveling this week. So the lives will, if I do a live, because you know how internet can be when I'm not in the studio. So stay tuned. I will definitely try to make sure I'm still giving you content. So stay tuned for that. But also follow me on my social media, because that way you'll be able to get different types of content, especially on my TikTok, where I give you under a minute, sometimes hot topics and reality TV recaps. So stay tuned for that. Miami's in the building. Los Angeles is in the building. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Chicago. I want to go back to Chicago. This would probably be the best time to go to Chicago, not come the winter or the fall. I went to Chicago a couple of years ago in May, and you still needed a winter jacket. And I didn't bring one with me. I brought like a lighter jacket, and I was like, I could have used the winter jacket. I feel like I have something in my eye. Hold on, y'all. Let me just make sure. Oh, the downfall of having long eyelashes. They end up in your eye. Just saying. Anyways, let me not complain. London, UK is in the building. Love it, love it, love it. St. Thomas, what's going on? All right, y'all. Hey, Gabriella from Paris. Okay, we are everywhere today. We're all over the United States, and we are around the world. As you know, Tuesday Takeover is where we first started talking about TLC shows and Discovery shows. We still talk about those shows, but we also talk about reality TV news. We talk about some of the pop culture news that might be going on. All right, so before we even get into some of the reality TV news that I want to talk about, oh, hold on, y'all. Damn. Right before I came live, I'm like, really? Hold on. Let me take a sip of water. All right, let me do this open. All right, let's focus, All right. So we reported already to you about about Pedro and Chantel's phony divorce. Okay, part of me is starting to believe it. But there's still another part of me that doesn't believe it, especially after watching this week's episode of the Family Chantel. Yes, I'm still watching it because I'm hoping that it might get better, but I don't believe any of it. And I don't want a season 5 of their divorce. But a lot of you really do believe the divorce. A lot of you really believe that Pedro used Chantel to get here for his green card and set up his life. And now that he has his real estate stuff that he's doing, he has all this stuff. First of all, in this divorce, as you know, when I reported on this, Pedro filed for divorce back in May. All right. We already heard about the rumblings. A lot of you called in like, we hear that they're getting a divorce. And then all of a sudden it was confirmed. ET had the court documents. So Pedro and Chantel are getting a divorce. It was Pedro filed for it, but there was also a mutual restraining order. And we were like, but there's a reason this happens a lot in divorces, so that one of the parties can't start transferring money. Well, Pedro was accusing Chantel of transferring over $200 and something thousand from their bank account. Where did they get that money from? Okay, remember they've been on a reality show. They had their own spinoff, and I'm sure they get paid from doing all kinds of this flat tummy tea and this product or that product. They get paid. They make a good coin. Not just from the show. I don't believe TLC pays that well. Not Bravo. That's not a Bravo check. So that's why they had the mutual restraining order. Do I think that they will go this far for a reality show? Maybe. I mean, people have done a lot for to be on TV and to be famous. But now I'm starting to believe that this is a real divorce. Word on the street, some of you were in the comment section saying that Chantel has been exchanging heart emojis with a NFL player. I could actually see Chantel with an NFL player. I'm actually surprised she went for Pedro as opposed to being. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Can we talk? Before she was with Pedro, before she was on television, she couldn't be in those rooms. Now she's in those rooms. Now people know who she is. And look, we're not going to sit here and lie. I might be gay, but I'm not blind. Chantel's a beautiful woman. I mean, she's less than smart. Okay, I'm being kind by saying less than smart. We all know that she's a womp, 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 womp. I told you last week I wouldn't want to be my nurse. Would you want to be your nurse? And we forgot last week to talk about how her and her sister Winter I'm not going to even call that twerking. What were they doing in the store? I would have called the nurse. I would have called the hospital. What were they doing? She's like, so what your grandma taught you? Your grandma taught you nothing. She failed you if that's how she taught you how to twerk. All of that back there and don't know how to use it. Robin said, nope, not neighbor. Me either. I wouldn't want them to be my neighbor either. Oh my goodness. Let me say thank you. We got a couple of super chats, even one before the live. Hold on one second, y'all. Thank you, Anne, for the super chat. She says, hiya from Amsterdam. Anne, where do you live? You're everywhere. I love it, though. Thank you for the super chat. Julie, thank you for the super chat. And Julie says they'll do a season 5 to watch how they navigate the divorce. Half of their money. Dang, she took $275,000. Yeah. That's a lot of money. And he's like, you know what? This is my money. This is my money. Hey, Christian. Yes, I'm always when the reality TV stars start up with spaces on Twitter, I'm like this. What's happening? There will be a new episode of The Real Housewives of Dubai this week. They actually released a sneak peek where we see Caroline Brooks and Chanel Ayan going shopping. And I said to you this before, and when I was in Caroline Brooks's spaces over the weekend, I said, I hope we get to see more opportunities of the dream team. That's what my dream in my head. I don't need them to necessarily be besties, but I want to see them all hang out and have a good time. I don't want to always see everyone battling. I think this is going to be a good reunion, though, for Real Housewives of Dubai, to be honest with you. But I was saying to myself, I want to see more fun times. According to Caroline Brooks, she says that we're going to see a lot more fun times with my dream team. So Chanel, Lisa, and Caroline Brooks. And I was shady this weekend. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you're missing out because I don't post everything everywhere or on my Instagram because I reposted it on Instagram. I didn't post it anywhere else. I didn't post it on YouTube. I didn't post it on my TikTok. I posted something and I said, can you blame her? Can you blame her? Hashtag close your legs to married men. Hashtags Real Housewives of Dubai. Every once in a while, I can be shady. Sometimes I got to activate the housewives. Sometimes I need to activate them. This holier than thou Sarah that we're getting. No, sometimes you got to activate these housewives. You better give us something else. Exactly. Theo's like, that's my team, the dream team. I love it. I love it. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. This is our Tuesday Takeover. It is the one day of the week where we cover a variety of reality TV, pop culture news, everything. We have a lot to cover, so let me move on. We talked a little bit about Real Housewives of Dubai, but let me finish up talking about the Family Chantel. So I did watch this week's episode. I don't care about Nicole, and I don't care about Alejandro. I barely care about Chantel and Pedro. But I always care when Karen comes on the scene. And she always makes me cringe because a lot of the things that she does on this show, I don't think anyone else could get away with because it's problematic, almost racist. Um, her mixing of the English and the Spanish. Sometimes I'm just like, girl, please stop. Please stop. But I love her. She's the best part of the show. Royal used to be, but not anymore. He refuses to film. I don't blame him. Look, all right. Belisha says, I love me some Karen and her Spanish. You know what, Belisha? You know you're wrong for that. But I don't care about Nicole. And now I really don't care about Pedro because we felt sorry for Pedro last week. I'm not going to go through it again and why we don't feel sorry for Pedro anymore. Because I feel like every single week I say the same thing because we don't get anything else new on the Family Chantel. And do I think they plotted and planned this divorce so they have a storyline for the next season? Part of me feels like they're planning this. I don't believe it. But then part of me does believe it because I feel like both of them are less than smart. Who's the smartest one in that relationship? I think Pedro might be the smartest one in that relationship. And that's not saying a lot. Oh my goodness. This is such the perfect comment. Heather Dubrow, Leftover Sushi, says, Karen is my new favorite mom since Tiffany Pollard, aka New York's mom. She's hilarious. Yeah. Tiffany's mom is different, but I get what you're saying. I completely get what you're saying. Sebastian said, Pedro is Pedro. Pedro? Who's Pedro? Pedro? Pedro's way smarter than Chantel, and that's not saying a lot. Sonia says Chantel's about to glow up. She's already glowed up. From the time when we met her till now, she's beautiful. Look at Winter. Winter's glowing up too. If Winter don't stop at this storyline of the Nigerian man she was dating abroad and now she's dating another Nigerian in town, I'm done. Let's move on. Guys, I might be going live later to do College Hill just because I won't have time tomorrow to do our College Hill recap. So this evening, more than likely, we will do our College Hill recap. And I think there's 2 episodes that are available. So I got to see after the live. So let's move on. Let's move on to something. Yeah, Winter does look great. I mean, she looked great before too, but whatever makes her feel better, I'm here for. She looks like her dad. Her and the dad, Karen's husband. I mean, I'm sure he just looks at Karen and laughs to himself, but he is up with the bull stuff with her too. Sometimes I'm like, why are you co-signing what she's saying? You know what she's saying doesn't make any sense, Dad. Daddy Chantel. All right. Let's move on from the Family Chantel. I did not get a chance to watch Below Deck Down Under. I haven't gotten to see the season finale. Was it the season finale? I don't recall. What it was. Sebastian, thank you first of all for being a member for 4 months, a part of our royal court. He says Anjanette is Filipino. She knows how to pray. This is Chantel's karma for her mistreatment of Anjanette and Royal's marriage. Team Pedro over here. It's so interesting to see who's team who. I've seen a lot of people coming at Pedro for using Chantel to get his green card. And I see a small smattering of people that aren't fans of Chantel. I'm not fans of any of them. I feel like they're all fake and phony. I have heard about 90 Day Fiance Love in Paradise. I haven't gotten a chance. I think while I'm traveling, I will try and watch some of the episodes if I can. I'm also trying to sign off. You know what I mean? Like take a little bit of a break, but while still giving you guys content. Sarah says, laughing my ass off, Kempire took the words right out of my mouth with regards to Winter and her infatuation with Nigerian guys. Yeah, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like sometimes the way that they treat Nigerians on reality TV, it's stereotypical, and I don't like that. So part of me sort of like, you know what I mean? Anyways. All right. P-Valley. Can we talk about P-Valley before we get into 90 Day Fiance? We will do a separate live on P-Valley, maybe a Kempire After Dark. I am fully caught up except this past week's episode 6. P-Valley, if you don't know, is available on Stars. This is why we had to change it from TLC Takeover to Tuesday Takeover, because we talk about everything. All right. P-Valley is good. And if you don't pay attention to the symbolism of what they're talking about in the show, you're missing out on the depth of what they're showing us. The way that they're handling the pandemic, the way that they're handling the last episode that I watched was with Keyshawn and how she dealt with colorism and her life colorism within the Black community. Oh my, and then how she got into this relationship with this man and how it turned abusive and how the signs were there beforehand, how vicious and violent he really was, although he was defending her. That's what you got to pay attention. Just because you thought it was sweet and cute to you at first, you also got to pay attention to, wait a second, if you could be that vicious and violent with them, that means you could be vicious and violent with me. I did see an article where the actress that plays Keyshawn talked about how she's dealt with colorism before. I think that is, I've never dealt with like actual colorism where someone has within the community. No, I guess no. I've seen it. I haven't experienced it myself. So it's so interesting to me to see that they're taking on this topic, but wait. So they're taking on this serious topic. Damn it, that manager. Okay, I don't want to talk about in depth each, because we're going to talk more in depth about P-Valley. Little Murder's manager killed her manager. Damn. I didn't see that coming. I was like, damn, this is cold-blooded. We'll talk more about P-Valley, but I feel like P-Valley, I know a lot of people didn't love the first episode of P-Valley after being off for like 2 years, but I thought the first episode was actually damn good. To be honest with you, that drive-through stripper situation, I said, wait a minute, someone probably needs to really do this. Now Mercedes is Mercedes bisexual now, or was she always bisexual? I love Mercedes though. I love how strong she is. Tyler Diamond. Is he a voodoo priest? I was not ready for that, but then we also have to remember this is down south. At first I thought we were in Louisiana, but no, we're in Mississippi. Anyone from Mississippi? Is this a thing in Mississippi? I didn't realize. I'm just thinking when you talk about voodoo, I'm thinking about, New Orleans, but I'm guessing it's a down south thing, huh? But when my boo, Diamond, he's a spiritual healer. Did we know this before? That just made him even more sexy to me. I was like, let me see your crystals. Y'all know we love a crystal. Look, we love a crystal. What he did, I was like, nah. And then the spirituality of this whole situation about the weight on her shoulder. He took the weight off her shoulder and then he put it on a scale. He said that was 7 pounds. I was like, that was deep. I kind of wish that he and Keyshawn actually had gotten together, but now he's with the other one, Miracle Watts' character. What's her name? I don't care. I don't like her for him. I don't know if I would have liked Keyshawn for him. Why couldn't he been the gay one? Tyler probably would not have done that in his acting career. I mean, I would have loved him for it. Anyways. I heard, speaking of Little Murder, that Duvall, calm down. That sex scene was not that much. You are just so homophobic. Come on. I don't feel like that was that. The amount of prosthetic private parts that we see on Stars, I said, is anything real? Have we seen a real one? I think we did see a real one in season 1. Didn't we? I feel like all those prosthetics, it's like, Lord have mercy. What is going on with these prosthetics? I was here for it. Danielle says the sex scene is not what people made it out to. It wasn't. I thought it was actually, okay, for the lack of a better word, beautifully done. But I hear episode 6 of P Valley is deep, especially with Lil Murda's friend. I can't think of his name. He's angry. He scares me. The level of anger, but then him watching the whole George Floyd situation play out, I was like, damn. I can only imagine that there were a lot of people feeling very much like how he did. Well, there's more. There's more to come with that, guys. We're going to do a separate live to talk about P Valley because I just feel like it's worth it, and I want you guys to call in and share your thoughts. I think we're going to do like a Kempire After Dark. Stay tuned. It won't be this week. I'm busy. Big T. Thank you, guys. Big T. Big T. Yeah, Stephanie says deep. The brother who played Big Teak is a beast. I was like, damn. But I've already heard what plays out in the newer episodes. Let's move on because we have a lot to cover and we have almost 800 people in the building. Guys, you will have an opportunity to call in today to share your thoughts on some of the hot topics that we're covering, including we have to talk about, okay, what do I want? I'll talk about I Love a Mama's Boy really quickly before I jump into 90 Day Fiance. So if you don't know, TLC has a show called I Love a Mama's Boy, and we have two couples that are back from the first 2 seasons. Shakib, I don't understand why they keep bringing these people on when we know it's fake. But I also know Matt's story with his mom is fake. His mom getting on that whatever that thing is and pulling out the bush because it was blocking her view of her son's comings. I don't view them as a real story. I view them as an actual comedy. And I probably should do that for all of the couples on this show. And that man, I don't know his name. It doesn't matter. You'll know if you watch I Love a Mama's Boy. That man that flirts with his mama and called her a MILF this week. Hold up. Wait one damn minute. Wait, where did Brooklyn Star comment go? My friend was on the show. Which one? Because I watched all the seasons. The Real says, I love that show. I love a Mama's Boy. The best part of I Love a Mama's Boy for me really is Matt and his mom. I don't believe that story at all. I believe they're faking it for TV, but she's so funny to me and she plays it so well. And now he has a new girlfriend, and we all think Matt is how you doing? We all think Matt is how you doing. But that man that is slapping his mama's butt and flirting with her, and the girlfriend is like, I get jealous. You get jealous? No, you need to run. And then that black mama, are you gonna take care of him in the morning? Are you gonna get up in the morning? That's this week's episode. Sebastian says, rumor, Marisol Payton is gonna be a full-time housewife in Miami while Adriana is staying as a friend of. I can see that. She's actually married, and she brought a lot last season. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm actually looking forward to Miami, and I hope they keep it on Peacock and they don't try to transition to Bravo. I just feel like when we're on Peacock, it's a different feel, but they do need to get activated this season. We can't have the same ladies and the same situation. We need interesting something this season. We already know there's going to be Lisa's divorce and the cheatation situation. Leah Black is also going to make an appearance this season, like a guest appearance. She's not going to be like a friend of or anything like that. All right, let's move on. And so I can get into, should I get into 90 Day Fiance? Okay, let me ask you guys. Let me ask the live chat. Should I do 90 Day Fiance now, or should I do 90 Day Fiance later? Because I want to cover Candy talking about the coochie incense. Or should I talk about Kenya's new job? Or should we talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show? While you guys figure that out, I'm going to talk about the ratings, okay? It's all mixed up. I probably shouldn't have done that. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay, I think I'm going to do 90 Day now. Let me do 90 Day Now, and then I'll share my screen in a second. We'll do 90 Day Now. It's all right. It's all right. Because there's not a lot to say. There's not a lot to say about 90 Day Fiance. So let's jump into 90 Day Fiance. Let me open up my stuff. What can I even say about this couple, Jibri and Miona? I'm not going to say the same thing that I say every week, but he's changed his mind. He's ready to marry Miona. The awkward conversation between Miona and his mom. No. I really need to talk about this. So I'm not going to even delve into Miona and Jibri because I'm going to say the same thing I said the last few weeks. They're not giving us anything. They just want to use this show to be famous, period. I know we were all rooting for Kobe and we were like, Kobe, get out, get out. They're going to get you. No, Kobe is as dumb as all of them. He's as dumb as Emily. And I know Emily's been receiving a lot of backlash on social media, and rightfully so, because this is the season of the Karen of 90 Day Fiance. But one thing I'm going to say is that he is as dumb as she is. Because the fact that these two got pregnant again while they cannot afford to have another baby, living in this man's house, and he's already multiple microaggressions to Kobe being in his house and paying for everything. But Kobe is just as dumb because Kobe is like, you shouldn't do birth control because when it comes time for you to get pregnant, you might not be able to get pregnant. Kobe worked my last good nerve. All the people that we were rooting for in the beginning, now I hate them all. I hate them all. The only person that I like this season, and you guys already know, Guillermo. Guillermo's the only person that I like. Hey, Barry. Guillermo's the only person that I like on this show. I loved his conversation with, I think it was Kizzy, who did his hair. And he was talking about how nervous he was to get his hair done. He looked really cute at the end of it. Kara's still annoying. Word on the street, again, if you missed our last couple of recaps of 90 Day Fiance, word on the street that she's pregnant. But Guillermo, and I feel like Guillermo is a perfect match for her because he's going to challenge her. I know she seems annoying on the show, but she has the perfect husband because he's not going to keel over and just let her have her way. He might be younger than she is, but he also has that thing about him that he's not going to just fall over and let her do everything that she wants. He's very mature for his age. There's not a lot more that I want to say about this couple because there's not a lot more that happened with them. They're preparing for the wedding. He's not nervous about the wedding. He's just nervous about there are certain red flags with Kara, the drinking, the partying, and things like that. Well, he don't have to worry about that anymore. She's pregnant. At least for the next, few months. She'll be sitting at home. Barefoot. You think he did that intentionally? I just thought that. You think that he did that intentionally? He got her pregnant. I kind of wish he didn't get her pregnant, allegedly. I kind of wish, because a baby, then you're connected to this person for the rest of your life. But maybe he wants to be. At least it's not Emily. Emily and Kobe, I'm so mad at Kobe right now. It's bad enough that you had one baby. And now you got this girl pregnant in this man's house. You got this girl pregnant in this man's house. I didn't even need them to go to the pharmacy to go get that test. We knew she was pregnant. About you don't want her to use birth control. Somebody should have had control because Emily, you should have been like, I'm going. He can't tell you not to take birth control. You wanted to get pregnant again because you literally said in this last episode that you wanted to have a lot of kids. Can you afford a lot of kids? Your babysitting job is not going to be, you could barely afford the one kid that you have. This point is moot at this point because she's pregnant and the baby's already here. Congrats. I was rooting for Patrick, right? Patrick and Thais, top middle couple. I was rooting for him because I feel like he has he gave me that sweet, cuddly, big guy kind of thing. But I have to share my thoughts. I'm not saying that this is fact, but I have to share my thoughts of what I thought while watching this couple. He has changed. His personality has changed. Do you think it's roid rage? Do you think it's roid rage? I'm just wondering because his energy is very different. You know, we got a very sweet person before. Now, all of a sudden, I'm seeing a different, and it's not like he hasn't been accused twice before. That's why he had to stop competing. I hope not, because I really liked Patrick. Okay, I'm not the only one. You guys agree. I hope that's not the situation, but a little part of me was a little worried for Thais. I was a little worried for her. And now he's being very controlling, but he's like, you can't speak English, so I'm trying to plan all these things for you. Sarah says Patrick is going to be the Jen Shah of the season. Something in the buttermilk ain't clean. Not the Jen Shaws of the season. That's going to be a perfect segue because we're going to get into Jen Shah next. Okay. Patrick seems unhappy. Tina says the only good thing about Patrick's storyline is his brother John's accent and his brother John sometimes. All right. Okay. So who's the other? Okay, we'll talk about we didn't get any Ariella this week, thank God. We'll talk about Mohammed. So there's a thing, I'm on the fence with Mohammed because part of me last week, I told you, I felt like Mohammed has some legitimate points. He's just sitting at home. He wants to be able to work. He wants to get married. And she wants to have this dream wedding. She really gets emotional when she goes to this new venue that to me, I'm like, I don't know what this venue is. I'm like, what is, like, I was like, is it a church? I don't know what it was. She was like, it looks like a castle. Okay, girl. But he's like, I'm ready to get married now. I want to be able to start working. I want to go see my family. There was another part of me, and a lot of people that watch 90 Day Fiancé automatically think that the immigrant person is just coming here to get their green card. I did get kind of those vibes though from Mohammed, and he still does scare me. You think I could turn over in bed and that is looking at me? He's not an ugly guy, but with that voice, I want to get married. I don't like it. It's too calm. And then those eyes, it's too calm. It's a little scary. Deborah says the venue looked outdated. But she got really emotional driving up to the venue. She's like, she really wants to have, this is her first wedding. And probably not going to be her last. Sorry, Eve. Oh, Eve. Let's talk about Shida and Bilal really quickly. They're still battling over this prenup. Did you guys agree with Shida with her replay of his ex-wife and how, yes, his ex-wife came on a little strong and her bringing up the prenup was too much. But do you believe that just her reenactment, I feel like this is a little exaggerated as opposed to what the ex-wife gave you? This is another couple where I was team Shida at first, team West Indian at first, and then now I'm not team anyone in this couple. They deserve each other. Word on the street is that they're filming for Happily Ever After. They did get married. This will be Bilal's third marriage. He was married when he was very young, and then he got married to his ex-wife that is the mother of his children. I don't know about Shida, y'all. I don't know about her. I feel like they deserve each other at this point. That's just how I feel. You might feel differently. All right. Anything else that I want to say about 90 Day Fiancé? No, I don't love this season. It hasn't been my favorite season. I'm missing baby girl Lisa. No, I'm not. Baby girl Lisa lookalike. Kimberly. That's who I'm missing. Not baby girl Lisa. Nobody misses her. Oh, Oh, Tina, I do watch the Pillow Talk episodes. She says, Kempire, you got to watch the Pillow Talk episodes. Hilarious. I agree. I didn't get a chance to watch this week's Pillow Talk just because I had an appointment this morning, so I didn't have time to kind of watch that. And usually I watch that to just help refresh my brain on what happened on 90 Day Fiancé. It's far better than the show, but the only problem with that is that you do miss out on a lot of the moments. Not to say that we're missing out on much this season. People are telling me that 90 Day Fiancé Love in Paradise is a lot better. I'll keep you posted. Maybe I'll have time this week to kind of catch up on what's happening on that Discovery Plus special. Discovery, where's my promo code? Deborah says this season sucked to me. Not just you, all of us. I thought I was alone. I was like, maybe I'm just being judgmental. But nope, apparently a lot of you agree with me. But the show still does very well. It still does very well. Robin says, yeah, substitute Pillow Talk is way better to watch than 90 Days. That sucks. According to Tati, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, why does it seem like the kids have fetish for foreigners? I know. That's why I say sometimes 90 Day Fiancé leans on problematic as opposed to entertaining. Kidada, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, yes, love P-Valley. Yeah, we're going to do a separate live to talk about P-Valley so we can really dig deep. Lovely Dove, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I had to stop watching this show. I was getting too angry. 90 Day Fiancé. Oh, damn. All right, let me go through my list of things. So let's talk about Jen Shah. So, do I have a photo of Jen Shah? I think I do somewhere. I have so many things on my computer right now, y'all. Hold on. It doesn't matter. You know what Jen Shah looks like. Look, you guys know what Jen Shah looks like. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shah pleaded guilty in court yesterday after multiple months of proclaiming her innocence on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, in interviews on social media. She even was selling merchandise, the free Jen Shah merchandise, even defended the free Jen Shah proclamation, to go into court and literally admit what she did in regards to stealing money from elderly people, 55 plus and up. Sorry, that's just the law, okay? She admitted this in court, in the transcript in court. She admitted that this is what she did, and then she admitted how she did it. After months, literally just did an interview claiming that she's innocent. Well, now she has to give the court $6.5 million immediately. And then when she finished, the sentencing is happening later this year in November. I think by November 20-something, that's when she will actually have her sentencing. She's facing 14 years in prison. It will be interesting because I don't think they're going to go easy on her either, to be honest with you, because there's so much evidence against her and there are so many other people that have already pled guilty before her, including Stu Chains, her former assistant. They also were here in New York City filming the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and I was like, oh my God, here we go again with a long season. So they're probably just doing these scenes so they can add to the season of Salt Lake City. Both Meredith and Heather were here with Jen Shah. Literally over the weekend, Meredith posted, in the United States of America, you're innocent until proven guilty. Monday morning, Jen is like, I'm guilty. I'm sorry. Monday morning. Like, you couldn't give your girl a heads up. You couldn't let Meredith know, girls, I am going to plead guilty on Monday. Because Meredith was like, yes, my girl's innocent. She's about to get off. Crack of dawn, we see the notice. Your Honor, yes, Your Honor, I'm guilty. And this is how I did it. facing 14 years. Look, and this is how the Southern District of New York maintains their streak of like 98% conviction rate, because they have these moments, and they've been following this case for years. And you know what? Someone said in the comments that, thank goodness that this is not going to trial, because for the actual victims, there are victims here. We talk about Tom Girardi's victims. There are also victims here that are probably still struggling from the financial aftermath of what Jen Shah did to them. Not able to pay their bills. Their credit ruined. So this trial would have elongated their suffering, and having to testify or be a part of. At least now they don't have to even think about that. She's admitted guilt, and now we can move on. She now has to give the court $6.5 million immediately. Her assets, whatever it may be. I don't know if she has $6.5 million. Apparently she had offshore accounts, Jen Shah. Will she gain access to those offshore accounts? Where's the money, Jen? I'm sure she has $6.5 million. But here's the thing. Once she gets out of jail, she's got to pay in restitution $9 million. Shout out to Teresa, though, because we say a lot about Teresa Giudice, but she manned up. She went to court. She went to jail for her man. When she got out of jail, she made sure she paid off that restitution. And I think that's part of the reason why Joe was like, you can have the house, because she paid off that stuff herself. She hustled. But this is a different situation. We have to keep that in mind. Teresa just signed off on paper. She didn't know what she was signing. She really was the doting wife. They didn't know what, we already know what Teresa. But Teresa manned the hell up when she got out of jail and paid off that restitution. I just don't know what Jen Shah is going to do to pay off this $9 million in restitution. Keep in mind, for her to have $9 million in restitution tells you the level of the scheme that she was involved in. Can you imagine? $9 million. Think about that. I know that's small change when you think about the millions of dollars that Tom Girardi stole from victims, but still, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Thank you so much, Julie, for the super chat. Julie says, Southern District of New York doesn't play. Having pled guilty will save taxpayers money. They won't give her 14 years, maybe 4 to 5, in my opinion. I mean, you're being really nice right there. I'm thinking more. I'm actually thinking that they're going to give her more. I was thinking closer to 10. So maybe somewhere in between, somewhere between 5 and 10. I just feel like the level of the scheme that she was involved in, and because so many other people that were involved in the scheme have already pled guilty, and she's the last one. She is the last one. So she's not going to get a sweet deal. I wonder what Stu Chain's going to get. Look, what's he going to get? I remember he was ready to cooperate. This is better for him. Now he doesn't even have to testify. They can figure out what his sentence is going to be. I don't know why y'all really allow money to rule your brains, and you will do anything and everything just to have money when you don't realize you can make money in a legal way without stealing from people. That's that low budget money consciousness that people have. You feel like you have to lie, steal, and cheat just to make money. You don't. Jacqueline, thank you so much for the super chat. Jacqueline says, good afternoon. I'm here for all this Tuesday tea. Yes. We still haven't come down with the official name, but we call it right now Tuesday Takeover, where we cover a variety of reality TV news, reality TV recaps, and pop culture news. As I said to you before, we did 2 separate stories yesterday. So if you missed the full update on the Jen Shah situation, I gave you 2 separate videos yesterday talking about what went down, and I did a reenactment of what went down in court in my second video. It's not my best acting work, but it wasn't bad. Look, it wasn't bad. Let me say thank you. Guys, we have over 1,100 people in the building. If you can, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Let's get to, because we have 1,100 people in the building, let's get to 600 likes. Let's get to 600 likes. And I'm going to drop the call-in link for our members of the channel right now on the community tab. Let me just save these super chats, and I will drop this call-in link. Hold on, y'all. Let's drop the call-in link. And shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. I see you guys. Thank you for being here for our Tuesday Takeover. And I'm dropping the call-in link for both Team Kempire and Royal Court members. It's not a part of the membership, but we do this every once in a while. And we will be adding a new tier to the membership. I'm just working out the details and things like that. And if you haven't already, be sure to join our Discord at teamkempire.com/Discord. All right. And of course, don't forget to get your coldest water bottle as I take a sip from mine. They don't just have water bottles on the Coldest Water website. They have a bunch of different products on Coldest. They have things for your pets. They have all kinds of colors. But look at the top. Water bottles, can coolers, pillows, ice packs, pet gear, and coolers. And it's the science for me. It keeps you cold. It keeps your things cold for longer than your average, dollar store stuff. No shade to the dollar store, but you get what you pay for. Just saying. All right. Team Kempire and Royal Court members, I have posted the backstage link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts. So let me just get into the other things that I wanted to talk about for our Tuesday Takeover. Kenya. So our friends over at That Grape Juice held an event in London, and Kenya was there, and she did, first of all, the amount of melanin magic that was in the room, including Kenya, I was like, she is so beautiful. Kenya. So Kenya mentioned, and I know some people didn't pay attention, but she mentioned during this conversation with That Grape Juice, and of course, I will post the link in the live chat so you guys can see all the pictures and things like that for yourself. But to take a listen to what she said during this conversation.
What is the one message that you want to send out to every woman in this room?
You have to just follow your dreams and believe in yourself, because you can get 1,000 no's and you just need one yes.
What else is coming?
A month ago, I was in the Middle East shooting a new TV show, and it is freaking radical. But it is one of the most interesting, exhilarating things I've ever done in my life, and I am so happy that I did it.
So you said not to regret anything and that everything's just lessons. What's your biggest lesson you've learned from being in Housewives?
Living your life out loud with reckless abandonment and not to give up. That's it. It's not about having a seat at the table. It's creating my own table. I will shade you now. You come for me. The Atlanta girls who, why do we have to be held to that kind of a standard when the Beverly Hills girls aren't, and this one and the other franchises aren't? It should just be about the conflicts, yes, within us, but it should never be called boring because we don't almost come to blows. Please, can I get an amen for that?
Amen. Amen. So, what stood out to me? Hold on. What stood out to me was Kenya talking about this project that she was filming in the Middle East. All the other stuff was great. And I'm glad she addressed, the discrepancy and how Beverly Hills and some of the other Real Housewives franchises treated very differently in regards to Atlanta. But okay, I like to see this. Yes, she's done multiple movies and TV shows before. She even did something recently for Netflix. But I'm happy to hear that Kenya is trying to elevate her career into other things outside of Atlanta, the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But she is also receiving a lot of backlash today because if you watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show, she refers to herself as an OG. Okay, because she was talking about how Lisa Wu was there and how Sonia and Lisa Wu were going back and forth, and she referred to herself as OG. I think I actually have the audio. Let me see if I can play that for you guys. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can play that for you. Let me see. And then we'll get into what Sheree had to say. Oh. Well, is this it? Oh. see. Hold on, y'all.
Sheree, you had a surprise guest at your pajama party.
Oh, wow. Y'all turned up.
Lisa was fun.
She's fun. She was over last night. Yeah.
Ooh, she's a firecracker.
She is.
She got, who did she get together?
Sonya.
Hold that thought and let me finish what the I was saying.
Girl, Sonya. Ooh.
You said put some respect on my name.
What did Sonya do to her?
I think Sonya cut her off.
I'm not waiting for nothing.
Yeah,
I don't care
you will
who
never
you
get it.
with. Excuse me, I'm talking.
Yeah, you've been talking a lot, Lisa. I said, hold on a second. Dang.
Sonya, that was not the right thing to do, girl.
You had one with Lisa?
Yes, you were sitting right next to me, girl. You forgot.
Girl, yes.
First of all, it was my first time meeting Lisa, right? I didn't realize that she was just going to talk.
So anybody
She was
that's
drunk.
ever hurt you, you got to release them because you'll be in bondage.
Yeah.
Because you're waiting for an apology that will never come. And you'll be a victim.
Was she drinking?
Yeah, she
Oh,
was over there
shit.
drinking.
She's an amazing person, but when she drinks, it's even that night. I ended up spending the night at Sheree's house.
You did?
I got locked out my damn house. I had to come
So
back.
you had a real sleepover.
I had
wonder
a
how
real
come we
damn
didn't-
sleepover.
How you gonna have a sleepover, Sheree, and we supposed to go back home afterwards?
But
I was
listen.
planning to sleep.
I had to go sleep in her spa, bitch. I was scared because Lisa was talking too much.
Oh.
When she's drinking this.
Yes, it was a
Lisa
whole
was
thing.
talking to
I was
herself,
like,
y'all.
Chill, calm down.
Drinking Lisa Wu is everything. She took us to church. We go through a lot of stuff and we still strive and we come through and we still look out for each other. And so that's what it's all about.
You know, she took us to shade school.
Hold that thought and let me finish what the I was saying.
Girl, she was giving everything. I live for Lisa Wu.
She was like, "That's not how you treat an OG," or something like that. I was like, "Girl, if you don't."
Girl, you ain't even over here.
Exactly.
Everybody want to use this OG.
Exactly. When you got
OG,
an
are you
OG,
here though?
exactly.
OG. Retired OG. you mean?
Exactly.
I don't know why these newbies keep coming for the OGs. I
don't know why.
Are they crazy?
They crazy. They crazy.
Because we are clearing them. Exactly. Girl, have they not learned? Don't come for the OGs.
You were
So a lot of people are giving backlash to Kenya for referring to herself as an OG. And yes, the reference to OG means that you've been there since season 1. But there are a lot of people that reference Candy as an OG. And Candy will be the first to be like, I don't consider myself an OG. I wasn't there since season 1. But Candy's been there since season 2. Kenya's been there, since season 5? I'm okay, though, with Kenya referring to herself as an OG at this point. This is season 14, y'all. This is season 14. So also during the after show, Sheree. Sheree talks about how Tyrone was selling pictures. Hold on, let me bring this up because I think it's worth us hearing what she says about Tyrone. I'm a little tired of Tyrone and that whole situation, but look, she says that he was leaking photos, y'all.
Sheree, after Tyrone doesn't show up in Philly,
Do I look stupid as
I am trying not to cry because
Sheree, don't cry.
you start to believe he's been selling stories to the tabloids about standing you up.
Boyfriend Tyrone not on speaking terms following the scene that almost landed him back in prison.
Who wrote this?
Tyrone. It sounds like Tyrone wrote this. Are you kidding me?
I heard they pay for them stories now.
The pictures get leaked. He leaked those.
Oh gosh.
You think it was real? You think it was him?
I definitely think it was him. When Tyrone first got released from prison, he had a layover in Atlanta. So I met him in Atlanta and I was going back to Philly with him. So this is in the height of COVID. We had on masks, he had on a hood, everything. So we're sitting at the airport. Someone ends up taking a picture of us at the airport. And it leaked maybe a day or two after we arrived in Philly. One thing is Tyrone was like, "Hey, do you have any Who Gonna Check Me Boo sweatshirts?" And I was like, "No, why?" He said, "Well, I want to wear it when you pick me up because so the paparazzi can see, And I'm like, "No."
Paparazzi? In
Paparazzi.
Philly?
No, he was going to call him, I guess.
Yeah.
So I said, "Listen."
Oh.
I said, "I'm not here for that." I said, "I'm here for you, and
Yeah.
let's see, how it goes."
Right.
But no press. I
Right.
promise you, when we got off the airplane, it was a guy the entire night. So he ends up, while I'm in Philly, the first time he gets out, the picture leaks,
Mm.
and they said Sheree and Tyrone, boyfriend Tyrone. Now, first of
Mhm.
all, they can say Sheree because people do recognize me with my mask, but they don't recognize
Right.
him. It could have been any guy.
No, I didn't know what he looked like.
Yeah, it could have
Yeah.
been any guy.
Right.
So that's how I
Right.
first
You know
found
it's
out that he was leaking things. And then he ended up, being very sneaky while I was there. He kept going out of the room, talking on the phone. So then when I let him know I was leaving the next day, he was like, because he kept saying, "Hey, babe, we need a picture, just me and you." And I'm like, we'll get it. He kept saying that. I never took a picture with him. And I didn't realize that they needed a picture because he was trying to sell a story. And the first picture that I said, when I first got in, the guy was videotaping us, I had the mask on the entire time. So the guy said they need Sheree without her mask.
Mm-hmm. That's sneaky.
Yeah.
He should have just told you.
Yeah. And then when thinking about it
Especially
in
if
retrospect,
it's
those
to
other
help
pictures,
him make some money, some quick money or something, maybe. But I don't even think they pay like that.
Exactly.
It
You're
can't
doing it
even
for
be that
crumbs.
much.
You're doing
Yeah.
it for crumbs, which is
Yeah, you're doing it for crumbs, honey. You got to look at the bigger picture.
So, Sheree, their signs were there, Sheree. And you're just basically showing us on this after show and on this show that the signs were always there. You just chose to ignore them. And a lot of you choose to ignore signs when you're in a bad relationship. But this was years and years. Sheree, I hope you do better. I hope this fashion show really does launch to be something big and major. But the track record is not great. The track record is not great. Since we're talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, we got to talk about the ratings. So earlier today, guys, I posted a video. We had a live premiere where I was talking about Dr. Heavenly's YouTube live that she did, where she talks about the first episode of Married to Medicine, and she talks about her relationship with Toya and things, and what she thinks about what Toya is doing with the houses and all that good stuff. So if you missed that video, be sure to check that out. But the ratings are out. So I want to go over the ratings first. We'll talk about Atlanta first, because the ratings for Atlanta are up. Okay. Finally. Lord. Finally, the ratings are up. Because, the ratings had suffered. They had suffered for a little bit, but the ratings are back. All right, shout out to our friends at TV Deets. They also have their website. You guys can get more details on the ratings and where they explain the ratings and the history of this particular show's ratings. So Atlanta's season 14, episode 9, in the demo of 0.30, okay, 18 to 49, they saw a pretty, I thought this was pretty damn good. 942,000 viewers. Don't be surprised next week, now that we have them back consistently, don't be surprised next week that we see them over 1 million. I thought this was pretty good. Yes, it's fluctuated a lot this season, but for a variety of different reasons. Remember, this is Sunday night when there's sports stuff on, awards shows that are on, there are holidays. We had Juneteenth, we had July 4th. So I think they're going to start to build up their momentum again. A lot of you said that you're enjoying Real Housewives of Atlanta this season. Yes, there are some people like, I stopped watching. They need to bring back Nene and Portia. Nene's not coming back. Y'all need to let that go. Okay. All right. Let me go over to the rating. Okay. Oh, wait. We didn't talk. Let me talk about these ratings. I thought this was pretty damn good for Love and Marriage DC. Love and Marriage DC's episode 9, a 0.06 demo. All right. For people between 18 and 49 with 283,000 viewers. This is pretty damn good, because I told you I wasn't sure how the show would do without Love and Marriage Huntsville ahead of it. But this is not bad for a new show, but I still feel like Monique is a problem. If you missed our recap of Love and Marriage DC, be sure to check that out. But I felt like this was a solid, because I was a little worried. I thought maybe they would only bring in maybe like 100 and something thousand viewers without the lead-in of a already popular show like Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. Okay. Let's go back and let's look at these ratings. Okay. This is pretty damn good, because when you think about Watch What Happens Live's ratings, and if you check their ratings on a daily basis, depending on the day, sometimes they're in like the 100,000 range, but they had the lead-in of Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine. So Watch What Happens Live had 442,000 viewers, and they had two people that people wanted to see, Eva the Diva and Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly. All right, so let's take a look at Married to Medicine's ratings. And according to TV Deets, they said this is actually pretty good for them because they're also up in their demo from season 8's premiere. Okay, so Married to Medicine season 9, episode 1, demo 0.21 for people between 18 and 49 was 699,000 viewers. But the way that you guys talk about how much you missed Married to Medicine, and look, if you look at the history of Married to Medicine's viewership, it's not the same level of Atlanta. But the way that you guys rock with Married to Medicine, I expected it to be a lot higher. However, according to TV Deets, they did increase in their demo, which is very important as well. It fell in viewership, but it picked up in demo. That's great. That's great. So congratulations to them. Congratulations to them. We're going to continue to follow the ratings every single Tuesday during our Tuesday Takeover. I always have to remind myself to make sure I cover all of that stuff. All right, so I think we covered almost everything. Now we can take callers. Look at me being on time, and we did it in an hour. Okay? I love it when I can do things on time. Okay, guys, and feel free for those that are calling in to weigh in on anything that we're talking about. Team Kempire and Royal Court members, I have posted the backstage link on the Kempire Daily community tab on YouTube. Have we reached our goal, mods? Have we reached our goal? Let me go back. What did I say our goal was? We did reach our goal. So I'm going to post the call-in link for everyone in the live chat. Hold on. And okay. All right. Sebastian's backstage. We got In My Opinion backstage. Hold on. Let me bring up Sebastian first. Hold on. Let me change this though. Callers. All right. What's going on, Sebastian?
Hey, I first want to sound off on Chantel and Pedro. I am so proud that Pedro did what he had to do to make sure he got his green card. I'm so proud of that. And listen, he did not need Pedro. He could have found it. He did not need Chantel. He could have found it any person, any American, if you truly wanted a green card. And it's her karma for all she did to Anjanette and Royal last year. So win-win. And Kobe and I forgot her name.
Emily.
She planned that. She planned it. The fact that she had a whole app and everything, she knew what to do.
Come on, no, come on.
She knew what to do.
You might be right. You might be right.
She knew what to do. She just reversed what the app told her.
Oh my God, you think she set him up?
Yep, she did set him up.
I mean, that's very possible.
And also on Kenya is an OG, okay? There was no Atlanta Housewives pre-season 6. Okay?
How dare you? How dare you? Yes, there was.
No, there wasn't. Kenya needed to be there.
How old are you?
20. I am a proud 20.
Exactly.
There was no Housewives of Atlanta pre-season 6. Okay, there wasn't.
Okay.
Kenya is an OG. If Tamra could be an OG, Kenya is one too.
Who said that Tamra was an OG?
If Dorinda's an OG who's filming Legacy right now, Kenya's one.
Legacy has nothing to do with being an OG. It just means that you were on Roni.
Okay. And Married to Medicine, I don't like it. I'm sorry. It's not giving that much that I really like, because I really don't like watching Toya. I don't
really?
like Toya. No.
Why?
She's special. Let's just say that. That's just nice for her to say.
Okay. Anything else, Sebastian?
No, nothing else. Have a good
All
day.
right. Thank you so much. Sebastian. He's the best. All right. In my opinion, I'm going to bring you up next. Let's go to In My Opinion.
Hey, Kempire, how are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
You know, I'm blessed by the best. Let me tell you, Kempire. Let me tell you. Ooh, where do I start? Okay, let's start with 90 Day Fiancé, okay?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I do believe that Emily planned this. That's why she wanted that. You remember when he first got there? She was like, no, we don't want you to meet Coleman yet. We just going to have us a time. I think she was ovulating in. She trapped that boy. She's like, yep, I'm gonna make you have 2 babies by me so you can't run. Like, she just seemed like that type of chick. Like, I don't trust nothing Emily do. I don't. Muhammad got gangster, okay? He was like, I don't care. I want to get my green card so I can go visit my mama. Like, he was like, I don't care. I need to work. He was
Well,
like,
he didn't say it
that
like
Bible.
that. He said,
He was like, oh, I'm just saying, no. He said, he was like, the Bible said if a man don't work, he don't eat. Mama said, I don't care about no wedding. That's you. We can go to the courthouse and get this done.
you say they could go to the mosque and get it done really quick.
Man, hold on. Then he said, do I need to get another sponsor?
Oh yeah, that part that really made her mad. But that apartment made me kind of look at him side. I was like, "Are you just here for the green card?"
I think because he was talking to that buddy he met at the mosque, and you remember he was like, "Can I get another sponsor? Because all I want to do is work." He kept saying that, and he was like, "I'm not used to being away from my mama this long, but I can't travel until I get this green card."
Mm-hmm.
So she got to take in consideration it's not just about her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's also sitting at home. That's the part where I was like, I'm trying to feel for him. He's just sitting
Yeah,
at home.
because she got him at home being a babysitter. He was like, I don't want to be. Now, I took offense when he was like, I'm taking care of your son. I was like, that's a little too far now, Muhammad. That's a little too far, But he was right. He's sitting at home taking care of babies. Let me tell you. Oh, and then let me tell you one thing about G and Shaw. First of all, I don't respect nobody who steals from nobody. But the fact that you stealing from the elderly people, the grandmas and stuff, and then she didn't start with the grandmas. She started with 55 and older. I'm getting close to them 55, okay? If you had to took my money, I'm gonna beat your behind, okay? I'm gonna get all mine from you, okay? Let me tell you, Kempire, they got a new series that's gonna start with all these housewives and all these allegations they got. It's gonna be called The Real Housewives Locked Up. We're gonna see them from the inside.
Can you imagine if Bravo could do that, they would.
They probably would.
And they're going to capitalize off of Jen Shah going to jail now. A lot of people. And let me ask you this, in my opinion, do you think that Bravo should let her go now that she's been convicted and admitted to what she's done?
This is my thing. She did this on her own. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Teresa did it, they stood by her because Teresa was dumb. And she did what a lot of people do, is they trust their husband too much and they sign whatever without reading.
Yeah.
Reading is fundamental. Your teachers taught you for a reason and learn it for a reason. They taught you math, they taught you reading, they taught you language. If you ain't understand it, that's what your attorney for. Yeah. Don't trust nobody that blindly that you're going to sign something and not read it. Yeah. Reading is fundamental. Make sure you're reading and understanding everything you sign.
I'm actually going to ask the live chat. I'm going to do a poll right now. Should Bravo fire Jen Shah now that she has admitted to stealing from the elderly? Like, that's the worst. Like,
yeah, because this the thing. Like, you steal from somebody young, yeah, maybe they can make their millions back. But you stealing from the old people. It's like all they got is their retirement and their pensions. And it was like some of these people, they said she ripped them off to the point where she just kept coming back to them asking for more money until they ran dry. Yeah. So what are they supposed to do? They're
suffering right now while she's on TV partying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you living a good life, having a ball with your family, taking care of your family off these folks' money. And these folks struggling, trying to pay their power bill, trying to pay their house note. You know what I'm saying? They was doing this trying to think they was going to earn them some money. Yeah. And it's just sad that somebody, that's young and got this much in her would do this and rob the old people. Like, you can't do this.
Yeah.
And we can't stand up for somebody who done robbed somebody. So, yeah, get all them 14 years, take them as a badge of honor.
Damn, all 14.
Okay. All 14. I hope he don't take no leniency on her. Don't give her the 11 and a half years that he was talking about. He said he could sentence her to 11 and a half to 14 years. I want to get the whole 14 years. Because you weren't thinking about jail. You weren't thinking about them elderly people when you was pocketing their money and spending it. Now you serve all that time and think about it. I don't want to hear it. all that I'm sorry and all that. She ain't sorry. She's sorry because she got caught.
Yeah, because she literally changed her tune this week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All this time you kept saying, "Oh, I'm innocent. Protect me, free me." You
And
got
it's
up
rooted
on
in that
Adam
race.
Channel. You got up on Animal Channel talking about, oh, they came to my house with my kids, in which they shouldn't have came with guns.
No.
But they came to my house with my kids, and then here you is, you guilty. Like, you did this to your own family. You did that to your kids yourself, because you should have gone ahead. When Stewart snitched you out, you should have said, oh, well, let me go ahead and plead guilty.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have did it in the first place. But the fact that she didn't take accountability, that's the reason why she don't need no leniency.
Yeah. All right.
Kempire, you have a good one.
Thank you so much for calling in.
All right.
All right, we have quite a few people backstage, so let me try and get through all these callers. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday Takeover, where we cover a variety of reality TV news, reality TV recaps, like 90 Day Fiancé. We had the Real Housewives of Atlanta after show that we talked about a little bit as well. Also, we talk about everything in pop culture that might be happening in pop culture right now. All right, and everyone's talking about Jen Shah right now. All right, so let me bring up Angel Eyes. Angel Eyes, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I am blessed. I just have two notes quick. Jen Shah, she knew that she was guilty. She just was trying to milk it, hoping and praying that it won't come down to her having to admit. But because everybody else went ahead, it was like, okay, you can't, escape because everybody has already admitted to it. So therefore, and that's when she looked at the trial, realizing how much information was piled up against her, her lawyer probably say, man, you might get off better admitting than getting in there, so therefore that's why she did what she did. But anyway, moving right along. Pardon?
And I'm sure they've been telling her this for a while now.
Yes, of course they have been, but then people with such narcissistic mentality, they really don't too much care of what other people have to say. They have to see it for themselves.
Yeah.
But my girl Kenya, yes, Kenya may not be an original day one, but I feel that she has done more for Atlanta than those who all started from season 1 and season 2. I mean, because really and truly, I watched them back then, but when Kenya really came on, and after the dynamics between her and Phaedra, the bantering back and forward, that there was really what really got me to really watch. Because I'm like, why is everybody picking on this one girl? Oh yes, her favorite line, "Gone with them and fabulous," is what really caught me. So, and I'm so happy for her doing stuff and showing, hey, I don't need Candy to show me how to become a businesswoman. I go out and I made that for myself. So Marlo needs to hang up that storyline with Candy's not a good friend. She doesn't teach us how to do this. No, you have to make it. You're on the platform. What have you done? Market yourself.
We shall see. Angel Eyes, thank you so much for calling in. All right. We had quite a few super chats that I didn't get a chance to get to. Angelia. There we go. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I can't help but think what IA going through Coach Shah mind as well as the boy. Oh, I can only imagine. Now that she's admitted and she's been flaunting around for months, over a year now, claiming her innocence. And she had people buy free Jen Shah stuff to go in court and admit that she did this. Based on the poll right now, guys, don't forget to vote. We have almost 1,200 people in the building. Don't forget to vote in the Kempire Daily YouTube channel poll, where I'm asking you the question, should Bravo fire Jen Shah now that she's admitted to stealing from the elderly? Right now, it's like 79% of you say, yes, they should fire her. Live chat on my TikTok. Let me know what you guys think as well. Thank you so much, Angelia, for the super chat. Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, I don't think she will get that much because of the restitution she's paying. And also her going to jail will set the tone. All right. We shall see come November. Dion, thank you so much for the super chat. Dion says, I love your channel. Thank you so much, Dion, and thank you for the support. Amy, thank you for the super chat. Amy says, do you think Coach Shah knew about Jen's work? I do. Renee, thank you so much for the super chat. Renee says, do you think Coach will file for divorce? Probably not, because she's going to be out of his hair for the next 14 years. I mean, well, not 14 years, but for a long time. So I don't think he will divorce her while she's in jail. I don't think he'll divorce her while she's in jail. Will he live his life with somebody else? Maybe. I can't with Jen Shah. When you really think about all the things that she said on the show, on social media, and you're like, wow. Samara, thank you so much for the super chat. Samara says, Emily D. Baker said it's more than 14 years. It can be up to 30 years if the judge wants to, but usually it will be around 7 years or a little more than that. Okay, we shall see. And when Emily says usually, that really is dependent on the judge. So it really could be 14 years. And like I said before, I feel as if they're going to make an example with Jen Shah, especially because of what she's been doing on social media and what she's been saying for this entire time, claiming her innocence. Julie, thank you so much for another super chat. Julie says, what is everyone liking? Why? I guess you meant, why is everyone liking Kenya? Go be fooled. Okay. Hold on. Michael Myers says, Kempire, I've learned that allegedly some women hold out on papers that allow their spouse to work to hold more control. I can see that on 90 Day Fiancé. I could definitely see that on 90 Day Fiancé. Storm, can we talk about what we experienced over the weekend? Let me know if we can talk about it. If not, then I won't say anything. I mean, it was on a public space, but Storm, let me know if I can talk about it. Because it's Tuesday Takeover. We talk about everything in reality TV and pop culture. All right. Patrine, thank you so much for the super chat. Patrine says, I personally feel like any woman who has left an undeniable mark on their franchise should be considered an OG. Being from season 1 isn't enough to make you an OG if you weren't memorable. Patrine, I agree. Because honestly, if you saw, and look, Deshaun Snow, there's a reason why she was one and done for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Literally, when she was on Nightcap or Carlos King, all these old OGs are there, except Nene, of course, and brought nothing. And I was like, this is why you're not coming back. Lisa Wu offered more, but if she has a substance situation, I don't want to see that. I didn't like to see. I know a lot of people like, yes, Lisa Wu is back, and I was like, that wasn't a cute comeback, to be honest with you. Goes back to why people were saying when Nene talked about who should come back, she would always say Kim, not Lisa, because who's better TV, Kim or Lisa Wu? There's a reason why they never brought back Lisa Wu, and why they keep bringing back Sheree. Because Sheree, no matter how we feel about her not bringing us the joggers, she brings a lot. Bone carrier and all. Confessional queen too. All right. Let me get through these callers. Brief comment. The most important topic that we covered during our Tuesday Takeover, we will cover. So I want to be able to get through these calls and then be on our way. Because like I said, I have to watch College Hill, and I'm trying to go live later to recap it as well. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We will more than likely be Esther. Come on, Esther. I mean, in previous seasons. Now I'm done with Sheree this season. Esther said eating chips a lot. Okay, come on. I'm talking about previous seasons, not this season. But even this season, it may not be her best season, but damn. All right. I'm gonna bring Gabriella for a quick comment. What's going on, Gabriella?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Yes, we knew what's happening this weekend on the Twitter. We knew it can buy her. First, Jen Shah, I think bravo. She's gonna make filming the 4th season because Emily D. Baker. She said she doesn't go in jail on just after the sentence. She have some time. I think bravo make the 4th season. during the trial and before she get in jail because she want to make money. And one thing very triggered me in the scripted plea of Shah is the Kosovo offshore. And I speaking on the Discord, I think everybody sees it. And I say, when you make Kosovo is not the common place to hide money. I think allegedly, I don't want to die. Not everybody yet. Yes, because I say what when you see Kosovo, it's the Balkan, Europe. It's a Slavic, people with a Slavic criminal, connection, and it's not the usual thing. It's allegedly what I say, and I heard a rumor. I heard one of the things the FBI make a first investigation about someone big, and they don't can to get it, but they find Shah. Maybe she's on something much bigger. We don't know, but this Kosovo thing is not common. I will tell you because Thomas Jaradi hide his money in Cayman, not in Kosovo. Kosovo is not like everything. It's a very criminal thing to hide his money there. Why she had it?
Wow. So for those that are just joining us, Gabrielle is saying that the fact that she hid her money in Kosovo, we should pay attention to that because there's a lot of criminal activity over there.
Yes, I had so much fire about it. It's very new in this part of the world. They used to be money laundering very much, and yes, it's very unusual to have money in Kosovo. And some people in the Discord say yes, Gab, you're right. It's not used to. Tom Jaradi hide his money in Cayman Island, not in Kosovo.
I mean, at this point, people still hiding their money in the Cayman Islands. Are people still hiding their money there? Because we already know.
It's used. Yes, but you can. Yes, but you can to make it back like by the government. You can to take it. You can to in Switzerland, in Cayman Island, in Luxembourg, maybe in Taiwan, but it's more complicated. But the Balkan country like that is not for everybody. It's for very, very big thing.
Oh my gosh. All right, Gabriella.
And I think what is that? And for 90 Day Fiancé with Chantel and Pedro, I think Pedro was entrapped. I think he was trapped by Chantel with all the story with the visa, everything like that. Yes, I see that. And I have my hoodie. I go to work with it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gabriella. Thank you for supporting, and thank you for the Kosovo tea.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. We got Nia backstage and we got Nicolita backstage as well. Before I bring them up. Okay. All right. Storm says, yes, we can. It's all right. All right. So over the weekend, all right, this is what Tuesday Takeover is about. We talk about everything in reality TV, everything in pop culture news. This is our Tuesday Takeover, if you didn't know. All right. So over the weekend, and this really changed my mind about Caroline Brooks. Okay. So Caroline Brooks from the Real Housewives of Dubai, she hosts a lot of spaces on Twitter. And a lot of people are talking. And so sometimes she'll drop tea. So there's some tea that I'm still sitting on that I haven't talked about. But as you know, Caroline Brooks is supposed to be on Watch What Happens Live this Thursday with Nina Ali. Okay. So we had, first of all, she was helping all kinds of people. She was giving it like career advice. As you know, the Glass House, she's recruiting here in New York City. I can't say when. And I'm so mad that I'm flying out because I wanted to be there. I wanted to be the cameraman to capture the moments, but I'm not going to be able to go. Damn it. I think she's going to announce it today. I think she's going to announce when she's doing the interviews and things like that, because she's going to take international folks over to Dubai. Not like that, y'all. Not like that. She's going to give you accommodations. You're going to have a job. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So she was giving a lot of people really great advice. It warmed my heart to her. It really warmed my heart to Caroline. Not Stanberry, to Brooks, because she was really giving, first of all, she was sharing her personal journey, but she was also giving such great advice to so many people that were actually there. And she was going to help some of these folks, including one of our subscribers, Storm. Storm. Damn! I lost the thing. Storm, as you know, if you don't know, is a fashion designer. And, he was just talking about, how much he likes her on the show and things like that. And talking about how he's a designer and he would love to, have her wear one of his pieces. And she was like, well, do you want to dress me for Watch What Happens Live this week? And Storm was like, yes. So Storm, I don't know if there's an update you can give us on this. If you're still in the building. Exactly. Brooklyn Star. Storm took a chance and it worked. So you're going to see a Storm Doris. Am I pronouncing that correctly? A Storm Doris original on Watch What Happens Live, worn by Caroline Brooks. Sometimes you got to take that chance, y'all. I'm excited. I mean, he won't be dressing her for the reunion because that's already been done. I'm going to drop this tea too. I mean, she shared it on Spaces. I don't know why I can't share it. So, remember Swanky? Swanky from Young, Famous, and African on Netflix. We recapped it and talked about it. Apparently, Swanky is her stylist for the reunion. And we know we love some Swanky. Ooh, Storm says she'll be in a custom look. Caroline Brooks on Watch What Happens Live this week. But you never know. You just never know. This might be the new relationship. She might be his muse. Congratulations, Storm. I don't, like when I'm on Space, if I'm not hosting it, I try not to chime in too much. But I was like, yes. All right. He can't share too much details, y'all. I'm sure they're going to have him sign an NDA. But what we do know, Storm will be dressing Caroline Brooks this Thursday. So be sure to check Watch What Happens Live. I know. But we got to support. We got to support because those numbers mean things when it comes to people's interest in Real Housewives of Dubai. And we want to support Storm's fashion. Okay? Storm's fashion. I can't wait to see it. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm looking forward to it. That will be happening this Thursday. And word on the street, the Real Housewives of Dubai reunion, it's not happening this week, but soon. All the ladies will be in town. Don't be surprised if you see me pop up taking photos with somebody. Hey! Just saying. Anyways, congratulations, Storm. Thank you to. Oh wait, damn! I was about to end the live. We got 2 people backstage. Sorry, Nia. Hold on. Let me bring up some of these last couple of callers. I'm a mess. Nia, what's going on?
Now, Kempire, why you was gonna do that to me?
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Come on now, we Jamaicans. We supposed to stick together. Come on.
Oh, Wednesday night. Sorry. Wait. Oh, sorry. It's Wednesday night. Sorry. Damn. I'm all mixed up in the head. Okay. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry, Nia.
So I wanted to talk about this Chantel and Phaedro. I was about to call him Phaedra.
That's what I was calling him.
Because I watched this show and I have parents, like I even watched 90 Day Fiancé. I watched it because my dad liked Mix Up. So he loves that show. He loves it. He thinks it's so funny. I don't know why.
A lot of people do.
I remember watching them and I was like, I hope they get a spinoff show, and they did. And I remember watching it, and every moment she was always talking about how he should be thankful that she got him a green card. And she always tried to make it seem like he was never there. For 5 years, he worked in a warehouse. And I remember the episodes where he used to say, where she was like, I have to go to school for another year because she didn't do what she had to do. And he was like, come on, Pinky, that's not a part of the plan. Like, you said you were going to go for school this while. He said, I'm working in this warehouse I don't want to work at. And he was working those long hours, cleaning the house and cooking. And I remember his mom used to make fun of them because he was like, you're supposed to be the man of the house. Why are you doing more cooking and cleaning than your wife? So I don't think he has, like, I think what they're trying to put out is like, oh, all of a sudden he's being misogynistic.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it is. I think he finally found something that's meaningful to him instead of just working in a warehouse. And now he's just like, you know what? I finally have something. I'm not just this immigrant that came here. Like, I finally have something that can make, because real estate can make him good money.
Oh yeah.
And I don't blame him for not wanting to have a kid. I'm gonna be honest. First of all, I always thought Chantel was like, there was something in her brain that didn't click all the way. And I didn't know why she went to go get a foreigner and then like, well, you're in America. Can you respect his customs too? He didn't grow
Very
up like
ignorant.
you. And I hate when they say that because it's very ignorant. And also because my family, most of them came from here, from Jamaica. And I used to hear people be like, can you speak proper English? Can you speak better? And I never used to like that because they are. It's just an accent. Like, don't do people like that.
And I think a lot of people view people with an accent as they're not smart. But I look at Chantel and I'm like, I know you're not smart.
Exactly. And I do not like that she does that because that's so rude. And if you wanted an American, you should have went and got one. If that was the case. So when I heard he got a divorce from her, when I heard he got a divorce from her, I was like, good for him. I hate when they bring up that green card. Oh, he wants her because of a green card. He would have never stayed with her for 7 years. You don't need it. I don't mean to put my uncle business out there, but I have one uncle who got married to 3 different women and got them each a green card in a year. It ain't that hard.
Why you putting your uncle this?
Okay. No, because I told him the other day, I said, if you go marry one more lady, the FBI gonna come for you. Matter of fact, ICE gonna come for you because they're gonna launch an investigation. Yeah. So that was my biggest thing. Like the whole Chantel, I'm happy for Pedro. I hate this thing that he was just out to use her. That is so ignorant. Like, come on. I would have never stayed with her for 7 years. That's a lot to deal with. Her plus her mama. Her mama, that's a whole nother story. Nother story. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say.
Thank you so much for calling in.
No problem. Bye.
Bye. Nicolita, I'm going to bring you up in just a second. Yeah, so guys, just a reminder, I said that incorrectly because I'm always thinking, I think Beverly Hills and Dubai on Thursdays, that's when we recap it. No, Caroline Stanberry, no, damn. Caroline Brooks and Nina Ali will be on Watch What Happens Live this Wednesday. And as we said before, Caroline will be wearing a Storm Doris original. All right. And someone said the only reason why they'll be watching Watch What Happens Live is because of Storm. So Vanessa says Storm will be the only reason I'll watch What Happens Live. Boycott Andy. Okay. Sheila, thank you so much for the super chat. Sheila says, how long was Eve postponing the wedding? Oh, we don't know. In regards to 90 Day Fiance, Eve from 90 Day Fiance and Mohammed, I don't know. It seemed as if she was postponing it like at least by like a month. And he's like, I just want to get married. Thank you so much, Sheila, for the super chat. I saw a couple of you ask me this question. Are you going to BravoCon? I haven't decided for multiple reasons. And it's not because of the ticket prices. Because technically, if I did pay for them, I could write them off because it's work. But I could also probably get press passes and things like that. And also, I know people that are going that have tickets, but I'm not sure if I'm going to even be here. Look, I'm thinking about going somewhere in October, but I don't know. I know a lot of the Bravo celebrities will be in town, but a lot of you have been like, the ticket prices for BravoCon are ridiculous. So I said, let me Google Schmoogle and see if I was to get my own tickets. And I was like, they are expensive. 3-day pass, 1-day pass. I was like, that's expensive for 1 day. Like, what else am I getting with this? Just saying, like, I have to go. I have to go look at, like, what exactly does this entail? What am I getting? And I missed your super chat. I don't know if it's still, oh, here it is. No, I didn't. I thought I missed it. Ann says, thank you so much for the super chat, Ann. Ann says, Cayman Islands is not really to hide money, rather to avoid excessive taxes / and most companies use Cayman Island laws as headquarters and governing laws in case of litigation, in and out of sleep. And you always bring the tea about being rich and fabulous, and I love it. I love it. And that's good to note, okay? There's other places where people hide money. Toya, thank you so much for the super chat. Toya said, Pedro hasn't left Chantel yet. She is weird. I mean, apparently they're not together. And this thing is way too loud. I apologize, y'all. Nia, thank you so much for the super chat. Nia says better be food, room, and board. Right? It's like that's a lot of money. And a lot of you don't live here in New York. Don't ask to come stay with me. I really should do like an Airbnb for the Bravo celebrities. I'm just saying, like, you got to think about the ticket price, and then you got to think about the expensive New York City. Staying here in New York, I hope you got all staying together. Damn. Anyways, speaking of Spaces, you know, earlier today, Chanel Ayan from Real Housewives of Dubai was also on Spaces for the very first time, and I was just in there listening, and her son, Taj, was on there too. I love Chanel Ayan. She did admit that she is literally just getting her reunion look and everything together. I'm like, come on, girl. Let's get that together. Let's happen. Exactly. Hetty says the cheapest ticket for BravoCon is $430. Are they crazy? And look, let me remind y'all, Beyonce has an album coming out July 29th, subsequently, and a tour and some interactive experiences. Now, this is not going to be a Beyonce show. And I know you're probably going to pay that much for a Beyonce. Just say, don't forget. All right. Let me just bring up Nicolita. She's been waiting so patiently. Nicolita, what's going on?
Thank you. I'm a long time listener here with my dog. He recognizes your voice.
Really?
Yes. And we watch you all the time. His ears perk up. So I wanted to talk about Chantel. I think I'm the only caller that is on her side.
Thank God. We need somebody.
Now, she should have been dropped Pedro.
Okay.
She did the backwards come up. Now, she's always on point. Her hair is always laid. Her makeup's on point. Her boobs always sitting high. She should have had an NFL player. I don't know why she hooked up with Pedro. I don't know if they had some sort of arrangement, but Pedro made it perfectly clear very early on why he was there. And you remember Pedro's friend, when they went to Dominican Republic, said, hey, you know, Chantel, he's marrying you, you know, just for the come up. And Pedro's mom has a business to try to hook up Dominicans with Americans so that they could get a green card. Now, I'm not against
we should have gone her madam, huh?
Yes. Now, I'm not against people, you know, for the come up, whether they're from a different country. I know that the only reason really people want a green card is because they want to make money here. Now, if they had the high paying jobs in the Dominican Republic, anywhere else in the world, they would love to stay in their own country. So I'm not mad at them for doing that. Where Chantel is guilty is that, yes, she always threw up in his face all that she's done for him. And you can listen to Eve. They do all the same thing. Emily, Cara, they all throw up in these guys' face. Oh, look at what I've done for you. I brought you to this country. Now, don't do for somebody, if you're going to throw it up in their face and say, you know what, you deserve to appreciate that. That's just controlling and manipulative. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Emily, I don't usually think that women trap people, but Emily was really shady because you remember the first day that Kobe was there, she was really eager to have sex with them. Like she was like, you're not even going to see your son. Let's have sex. Let's have sexy time or whatever. And she had this app. So I feel like she knew she was ovulating and she wanted to get knocked up. Now, as far as Eve and Muhammad, I don't think Muhammad's the bad guy. He also made it perfectly clear he's there to work and send money to his parents or his mom. So I don't understand, is Eve not hearing the words that is coming out of his mouth? Like, it's pretty obvious. Muhammad and Thais are both rushing their... Sorry?
Oh, wait. No, go ahead.
They're both rushing their partners to get married. Now, remember back in the season with Luis and Molly. Molly also had a big wedding planned, but Luis was like, hey, let's get married. Let's have a civil ceremony. And remember that she ended up believing him. They had a civil ceremony, and he started acting brand new. He did a 180. He emotionally abandoned her. He was ignoring her, and he got another woman, and then they broke up. So I feel like this is what they're scheming. Like, let's hurry up so I can change my status, and then let me go on and do something else. Muhammad probably has another sponsor. I don't even know why they're using the word sponsor. He's not a starving child in Africa who needs donations. I don't like that language. And also, I wanted to ask the viewers, what's up with all of these personal trainers? So Azan from Nicole and Azan was a personal trainer. Aladdin was a personal trainer. Muhammad and that Costa Rican dude from 90 Day Fiancé Love in Paradise is a personal trainer. So is there something about that career that allows these men or easy access to women so that they can get a come up? I think it's very odd.
Good point. Didn't think about that.
So
I never correlated it, but now I'm going to be looking at it then.
Yeah, I mean, it's either that these women are really superficial and want a man with, a man with a good body on their shoulder, or there's something about a personal trainer, since they can sell their service, they sell themselves. And, I don't know. It's interesting. So if you all have insight on that, I just think it's really interesting.
It really is. Nicolita, thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Have a great day.
You too.
All right. Let me say thank you. Nia, thank you so much for another super chat. Nia says, oh, Kempire, next week, go over the TD Jakes' daughter scandal. According to the street, she's stealing people's kids. I've been following that story. I just have not reported on it because there's a lot to unfold. If I can get caught up by next week, because I don't believe there will be a Tuesday takeover next week, because like I said, I'll be away, but we shall see. Maybe it'll be hump day Wednesday or something. I don't know. Stay tuned, guys. As I said to you before, yes, the rest of the week, the lives will be far and few because I will be away, but you will still be getting content. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast, Kempire Radio. I will be working on that after the live to make sure that's ready to go out for at least today or tomorrow. And subscribe to the Kempire Radio YouTube channel so you can get the visual version of our podcast, Kempire Radio. We already have a few episodes and some of my old interviews with people like Oprah, Brandy, Music Soul Child, and so many others are available on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe there as well if you haven't already. Thank you again for the super chat. Oh, hey, Scott from Sydney, Australia. Love you and your channel. Thank you so much, Scott. Appreciate that. We have a good group of people in Australia that watch our channel as well. We've got a very large group of subscribers there. Hangout Room, thank you so much for the super chat. Hangout Room says, starving child and child, that's your vocabulary and line of think. Come on, stop it. It's ignorant and not cool. As a person of color, the caller should know better. Okay. Sorry, Mrs. Dash. I'm going to work on it. I already have it done. I just have to add the commercials and things like that. And yes, a new episode of the podcast will be coming out either later today, but definitely by tomorrow. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. If you haven't already, let's get to 1,000 likes. We have almost 1,100 people in the building. Like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting our channel, but also other channels that talk about similar topics like 90 Day Fiancé, The Family Chantel, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Dubai, or pop culture news. This is our Tuesday Takeover. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members for keeping the lights on here at the studio. If you'd like to become a member, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. And thank you to all of you that were in the live chat. Let me just see the final results of our poll. Our poll asked the question, should Bravo fire Jen Shah after she admitted in court this week to stealing from elderly people? With over 600 and something votes, you guys said yes, they should fire her with 77% of the vote. All right. I don't know. Honestly, at this point, they've already filmed season 3 with Jen Shah. Okay. I don't think there should be a season 4 with Jen Shah. I'm sorry, because she did admit to stealing. And if they were to have this play out on the show, people already don't want Erica on the show, and that's pretty strong. But this person just admitted in court stealing millions of dollars from elderly people. I know we say we want reality, but we don't need that reality. All right, y'all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for all liking the video if you haven't already. Let's get to 900 likes. Come on. Let's get down to 900 likes. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to see if I can watch College Hill Celebrity Edition and come live again a little bit later on. All right. All right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to my mods. Guys, don't forget to say thank you to our mods. Thank you to all of the mods that were in the building, allowing us to have an open and fun conversation about some of these hot topics. I will see you guys in the next video. Let's get out of here.